Whoa, hey, there we go. Greetings and good morning, everybody. Apparently, my system decided to mute itself. But it's great to see you on this wonderful Monday, a day after, so much human emotion that I do find it difficult to describe. I said somber last night during the return of the late night culture show, which is on Sunday nights after its hiatus. And I'll just say, I don't think that even described it. There was celebration of a life and an acknowledgement of a lot of pain. And I would love to be able to open up social media in the morning and not be bombarded by just the reports of the heinous deeds of humanity around the globe. And I just can't find that. I just can't find that day. For 5 hours and change yesterday, the world changed. And I don't think there's anything that can drag us backwards after the culmination of events that ran through that particular cycle yesterday. I think the road forward is harder, and I think I wouldn't share that road with anybody but you guys. So thank you for that, and thank you to Crazy White Boy and Snortapoops Cuber and Sabrina's Espresso and Lord Thoth and Ms. Pitt Cafe and Penny, and of course Dr. Jill, who's amazing, O.C. Dobbins, who's living in the belly of the beast. We got Morgan King up there in Canada, along with all my other favorite Canadian friends. We've got Griffin's View. Ooh, I like it. Change of name. Says there's something about September 22nd and TV premieres. To name a few, they include The Man from U.N.C.L.E., which was a fun show. Family Ties, 82. Baywatch, 89. And Friends, 94. Huh. They all were superstar shows, my friend. And thank you for the history update. I love it. Griffin's View. So great. Davina's here. Good morning, dear. Hope you're doing well. And Shadow Storyteller is out there. Morning, all in chat. Have a big Star Trek rumor short of Klutzman getting sacked. Oh, really? Really? I like that. That's a good rumor. Let's have more of that rumor. Let's have more of that. I don't know why that box got put all the way up there, but I just fixed it. All right. I guess we need to start to jump into the show. I will say this. I appreciate each and every one of you. Those of you contributing to the chat, thank you. You are the ones keeping the show alive, the channel alive, to be fair, because let me tell you, YouTube's not keeping anybody alive. They are killing creators right now. And StreamYard's helping. That's a different conversation, though. So, foam board speakers, picks, and DM. I will check them out. I saw the ones from the other day. It's interesting you're using a different crossover than I would, but... Lee Kendler, hello, and happy Monday. All right, friends. 6 minutes is going to start now. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, wherever you are and whenever you're watching. Thanks for checking out the 6 Minute Daily. We have a ton to talk about. Not a lot of time to do it in. We do have a little bit of bonus time today, but we won't be taking the whole hour of bonus time. So just a little advance warning. We are going to talk a little bit about the New Jersey governor's race, but that'll wait till bonus time. This won't, though. Taylor Swift had an official release party of a showgirl. Boogie's to about 15 million first day pre-sales. Opening forecast is 30 to 50 million, and I still don't get it. An average singer, an average look, and most of the songs are about terrible decisions that she makes. If she and Travis don't last, the divorce is going to be epic. Epic, I say. Speaking of epic, we're going to talk about some epic oopsies like Him. It debuted to 13.5 million, and the critics didn't like it, and the audiences didn't like it, and the score and post-track tracking on it looks dismal. Big Bold Beautiful Journey bombed with 3.5 million, which meant that anime leads the day once again. That's right. you have Infinity Castle #1 in the box office with a little over 17 million. Now, you would have seen that video this morning had StreamYard not decide to not process the stuff that I needed done yesterday evening. I'm getting sick and tired of technology letting us down. It seems intentional. Speaking of intentional, Angelina Jolie intentionally trashed the U.S. in San Sebastian, Spain. She says, I love my country. I don't recognize it at this time. Now, this chick's been at war with her father for a long time. If you didn't know, her dad's John Voight. And it's because she lives in a fantasy land and her dad does not. He lives in reality. This is a chick that is perfectly happy changing reality around her, even biology. We can talk about that another time, but what I think is more important is that a actual filmmaker, Christopher Nolan, was elected the Directors Guild president. Ron Howard and a few others are right behind him, and it's strange because Christopher Nolan is successful, and Ron Howard is definitely not, especially recently. I don't know what happened to him, but he probably got infected with, the virus. I'm just saying. Disney's Lilith Fair doc premieres red carpet was canceled because of the Jimmy Kimmel suspension. Who cares? Honestly, who cares? Who cares about a Lilith Fair documentary? If you know what Lilith or who Lilith is that they're talking about here, that's the mother of demons, kids. I never understood why this was a popular festival of any kind, and I don't know why ladies would want to be affiliated with it. Somebody explain that to me, please. I would like to know. Marlon Wayans responds to all the negative him reviews, saying innovation is not always embraced. It wasn't innovation. It was garbage. Garbage horror. Charlie Kirk's widow says she forgives his alleged assassin. It's interesting to use the word alleged because the guy basically admitted everything. I'm not sure alleged is required in this statement, and Deadline doesn't even have to pretend that they're a news outlet because they are so definitely not. Jimmy Kimmel, however, and Disney seem to be working on a compromise that will never happen because this guy will not apologize, and the two largest affiliate groups, soon to be even larger, are not wanting this show back without a full-throated apology. This man's a liar. He was about to double down, and he's going to have a hard time getting work in the future if anybody's paying attention. Jimmy Kimmel did not say exactly what you think he said. Again, the Hollywood Reporter, like all of the trades that are controlled by Penske Media Group, are trying to make excuses for this guy when he did say exactly what he said. And so did the ABC reporter that we talked about last night on the show. I'm going to tell you right now, claiming you didn't say what everybody heard you said is not the right direction, because everybody knows what happens when you start to lie about what you said or what is visibly represented in what you said. I'm very tired of that. But Fox Corp, and this is the headline story, is in talks to join the TikTok investor group, which is interesting because I don't think Trump likes the Murdochs very much anymore. And it looks like they are trying to get to be part of this deal. It is definitely part of a consolidation of sorts, but I think it's also an opportunity to get fast content for whatever it is that you own, or easier access to it, and so on. But as the deal is emerging and China is ensuring U.S. control of the board and the crucial algorithm, I should say, this is something that is a done deal as far as I'm concerned. We've got the Pentagon stepping up media restrictions, meaning stop leaking or we're going to put you in jail. That's a pretty good plan. An airport cyber attack in Europe has canceled lots of flights, and they've had a hard time catching up. You've got Venezuelan president's YouTube account offline. You want to support a cartel, or you want to support the United States where you're based? Interesting question. Trump says he and Xi are going to meet in South Korea in the coming weeks, and he'll later go to China. I hope not. And finally, a brown bear's adorable river float has left people, well, surprised, stunned, and amazed that bears can float so far. And we'll take a look at that video in bonus time. So stick around. Don't go anywhere. let's get to bonus time so we can say thank you to the people who gifted out there and drop some super duper chats. Because guess what? Those are keeping the channel afloat, as I said before. And I appreciate that. But we're going to talk about some stuff here in bonus time. And I'm going to try to find some center. I don't know about the rest of you, but I do want to say a quick shout out and thank you to the amazing Ruby Who for a gifty out there in the chat. Hope you're sticking around for the bear story, dear. And of course, we've got Ruby Who with 2 Culture Casino cash saying, have a marvelous Monday, Culture and Culturians. I hope you have an incredible Monday, young lady, you and Hoove. It's great to see you, and it's really good to see him. I haven't seen him in a couple days. I hope he's doing all right. Then we got, of course, our wonderful friend, Lightning Sketch Productions. I think this means we've reached the point where things are getting worse for Disney, and it won't be long until the needed rebirth happens. I hope you're right, Lightning Sketch. I hope your optimism proves correct. Truly, truly. Because if that's the case, we're on the upside of something. It's been a while since Disney's been on the upside of something. I want to say a quick shout out and thank you to Last Call with Troy Pacelli, who's been here for 34 months. He's a good guy with a good channel and a great life partner indeed. Saying, hey, CC, still good for Last Call this Friday. I am. As far as I know, I am. Unless something comes up, I am. So I should be good. But let's get to this bonus segment right here with this bonus video. This is a bear. We are going to watch the bear. I'm going to not do that. I don't know how to undo some of this. Okay, here. Close that. There we go. There's the bear. Cute, right? That's a floaty bear. Bears float great. They're a lot fat. They're very floaty. In fact, you would see more of this if they hadn't changed the Country Bear Jamboree. At least you'd see the representation of it. I thought that would be a lot of fun. And I think you guys probably enjoyed seeing that. But bears float. I know. It's a surprise. But hey, kind of fun. Kind of fun. Fun on the run. So apparently that bear just drifted downriver without a care for a long period of time. Definitely on the salmon hunt that it was engaged in. So there's that. There's that, my friends. All right. We got a couple more, or at least 1 or 2 more super chats from our good friend Pilgrim Media. I really have been praying for you, my friend, after your loss. And I'm with you. Anytime I lose a pal. So, but Pilgrim Media says, I'm sorry, I don't think Disney can recover. Well, I think they can. It comes down to leadership. They do not have any leadership in place that can help that company bounce back. And it's been weakened by the likes of people like Larry Fink, who I am still surprised is not in handcuffs. I'm surprised that man, who is now the co-head of the WEF, is not in handcuffs. The WEF needs to be declared the same thing that Antifa was just declared. That might probably solve some issues and definitely give them an opportunity to stop the money flow from all that evil and their influence and expose people like the EU's leader. That chick is corrupt as heck. Everybody knows Keir Starmer is a corrupt piece of garbage, especially those in the UK. And all you have to do is look at the addition of his actions yesterday or last evening for us here in the States. Declaring statehood, whatever. They recognize an entity that wouldn't exist without another country's largesse. So, of course, attack them for the next 50 some years. This is pretty wild right now. So that's a bigger conversation. But it's funny because I want to point out to my friends who are supporters of the nation state of Israel, that your politics are at odds with your existence. I mean, my friend RMB, I would love to have a sit down conversation with him and say, how can you be this and see this and witness this and all of this and still be on the political side of evil? It's a good question. Anyway, Archer Merchant dropped a super duper chat. Thank you, my friend, saying, joining late, but what do you think about some rumors I'm seeing that Kimmel might turn around, try to sue for $1 billion? Shill misinformation, maybe? There was a lot of shill misinformation over the weekend. Did you guys notice? And this is a great segue. Thank you, Archer. Did you guys notice that it's all of a sudden from unreliable sources like Culture Crave and similar, you were seeing this remarkable number of Disney loses almost $3 billion in a short period of time. And I'm like, this is most certainly misinformation. And to a large extent they were losing traction and people were canceling Disney minus, but people cancel Disney minus all the time. There's a certain amount of churn, and maybe a lot of customers have realized that there's nothing new coming out of Disney minus. And if that's the case, well, a lot of other streamers are having issues with producing material, but the material they're buying aren't of this interest either, which is starting to become a trend for not only streamers, but for Hollywood as a whole. I think Valiant Renegade took some valuable time to explain that no amount of tax breaks was gonna help Disney make things in California, because 300 million would eat into all the tax breaks that they were able to offer everybody. Disney could have done that with half of the production cycle that they have. Moving things to the UK, unfortunately, makes them very transparent. But for us, that's a fortunate situation. We get to know just how much money they wasted. I think we're starting to see Disney break down from a lot of different directions, but that doesn't exclude the rest of Hollywood. They're all falling apart. And we can point it out. I mean, Disney's just the biggest example because they're the biggest. And they wasted an extraordinary amount of money that they never took advantage of. And Iger's so invested in politics, he doesn't care if the company makes money. It's the illusion of making money that he's okay with. But if somebody were to go in there with forensic accounting, Disney would get destroyed. And that's, I'm not even being like a little bit hyperbolic. Spirian gifted a CultureCasino membership. Thank you, Spirian. I hope you're doing well, buddy. I can't wait to see you here pretty quickly. We got Pilgrim Media again for another $2 saying, when they take out Rivers of America, it's over. I agree with you. It's already happening. I mean, they should have already seen the signs that they were in trouble. Nobody's going. They have massive discounts everywhere. And we called this out. I want to say going back 4-5 months now, between WDW Pro, That Park Place, this channel, Valiant Renegade, Clownfish TV. I mean, even the Quartering has been covering Disney's decline. They can't draw anybody. I think Tim Pool's talked about it. Our friends over on Pop Culture Crisis. They're losing their audience. And it's not just on the video products, the film products, the television products. They're losing their audience on the most important element of their corporation, their theme parks. This is a trend that's now well established that Disney can't dig out of. They got nothing. They got nothing to offer. They have talentless people that are part of their story group that are only dedicated to destroying Walt Disney's legacy, which would include Frontierland and where Rivers of America is. So, yeah, I think you're 100% right, Pilgrim Media. I think anybody that's paying attention knows that. All right, let's get back to all the comments that are fit to print. Look at all of you. It's great to see you all. Cynthia's in the house. Penny saying hi to Cynthia. J Rex is here. Good day, Penny. You are lovely. Yes, she is. Jill is working hard. Ms. Pick Cafe is working hard. Magnify, otherwise known as Tom, is working hard everywhere. I appreciate you all. And it's good to see you. Gollum's in the house. We've got Longest Parsec, of course. What a great addition over there. And Tobak is also in the house. Brian and Cindy are here. Hello, folks. Saying Verizon has been seriously pushing the Disney, ESPN, HBO for a real low price, but still don't want it. Nobody does. Disney offers nothing. ESPN, HBO, they're going to try to bundle a whole bunch of junk together to, get you interested. No. Magnify. WDW equals will drain wallet. Yeah. And I think the other part won't do well. Probably right. Griffin says, people disagree with me, but I affirm Bob Iger is a true believer of the message. Yeah. Well, if not, he's portraying himself that way because he still thinks he has a political future. Nobody in their right mind, based on his leadership of that company, would put him in a position of power. Because it's too easy to pull, everything he's done apart. He could be a true believer. I don't see how. But again, people with that kind of money, people with yacht money, people with buy a women's soccer team, despite the fact that it's a losing endeavor, people who do that have those kind of playthings, well, they don't care. They don't care about you. Bob Iger does not care about you. He doesn't care about the company he runs. He doesn't seem to care about his legacy anymore because his legacy is pure trash. Maybe he's a devotee. I don't know. But it is what it is. Kaladin 910 in the house along with Jonah Hex. Good to see you guys. And man, you guys, unbelievable today. And we the North in the house. Good morning to you. And our good friend Randall Orser from Canada says, can we please stop these geriatrics from running for office? That'd be great. There have been a lot of announcements recently of people not running for office. They're probably trying to avoid prosecution. People don't like exposure. Shield of Megatron says, so Bob Iger sold out, hey? Yeah. Oh, yeah, long ago. Look, if you go back, scroll back in time to 2017, 2018, 2019. 2018, 2019, two biggest theatrical years for Disney ever, for any company. And this was the year that Bob wanted to go out on a high note and get his book out there, Ride of a Lifetime. Now, it's more like Nightmare of a Lifetime, but it's a different conversation. Anyway, there was a mass exodus from 2017 through 2019, leading into the terrible year of 2020, of CEOs from their corporate posts in Fortune 500 companies, because they saw the writing on the wall. They saw the acceleration that was being built in to neo-Marxism that had been built into everything, courtesy of people like Larry Fink and others, that were going to sustain companies with your money every 2 weeks because of your 401ks, despite the fact that the companies were not built to make money. They were there to support a neo-Marxist agenda of power through all kinds of fantastical claims, whether there be something tied to green stuff or anything else. Um, it's trying to take something that's cheap and efficient and replacing it with something very, very expensive. One of the things I think that I've been most struck by recently is we're not getting the discounts that we should be on energy. Energy companies are making artificially high profits because they never reduce the cost of providing the energy, despite the fact that the price of the fuel, the commodity itself, had come down staggeringly. We follow up on that. I need to call people out on that. We also need to call out the fact that I don't see any new construction of nuclear facilities. You want to make nuclear, you want to make electricity cheap, you build a bunch of nuclear facilities. We haven't seen that. The last plants put together, and they actually was very recently in Georgia, for my recollection. We should be having 2 or 3 nuclear facilities built per state right now. And we need it, not just to support, obviously, the energy required for this stupid AI adventure we're on right now, which is going to be the bane of society, but also for securing growth and future in this country. So, yeah, here we are. You guys hear any announcements? See something I didn't? Interesting. Oh, trying to catch up with you guys. There's a lot of chats. You guys are on fire. Istaphobos just popped in. Cool beans. Trying to catch up. My goodness, you guys. Woohoo. Holy cow. Is Rooftop Korean here? They're giving discounts to corporations and data centers. Yeah, well, we need to be getting those discounts. We, the people, we need to not have anybody living on our backs. Has anybody seen Pinochet's helicopter tours? J Rex says AI will kill creatives if left to its own devices. Yeah, I think it already has, at least for Disney. It's raining in Kentucky. That's awesome. You know, if you ever fly into the Cincinnati airport, you're actually in Kentucky. That was the weirdest thing I ever experienced. Plus, I'm not sure if it's the same as it was then, but you take a bus over the tarmac to get to terminals. That's also insane. A lot of insane there. Caradwin says, I don't believe everything I see anymore because of AI. Well, yeah, I understand that. Davina, yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. I know it's going to take probably like a week before recovery, but he was worried, so I was worried. So, big prayers for my friend. Pilgrim Media for another $2 in the super duper chat. Thank you, Pilgrim Media. My goodness. Pilgrim Media says, how big will data farms be in 10 years? Pretty big. Although the memory density and energy density seem to be making improvements. So maybe not as big and power hungry as we think they might be, but for a while they're going to be. And we're woefully behind if we care about that, to be fair. But thank you, Pilgrim Media, for that. The unelected EU government overrides any national sovereignty member countries have, right? Which is why a lot of countries are going to leave the EU. And that's what the big push to the right, that's what's terrifying them. Because in Germany, AfD gets in charge, and guess what's going to happen? The economic engine of Europe, or what they used to be the economic engine of Europe, which is why Europe has a lot of problems right now financially. But if Germany decides they are no longer an EU member, you are now losing not only financial strength, but military prowess as well in many of those countries that used to help prop up the EU and its authoritarian globalist puppetry. So let's see what happens there. You know, Sabrina's espresso drives me to want more coffee than's probably healthy for me. But there's that. Let's keep an eye on Pinochet's helicopter tours, okay? We need to shout out if anybody has hide nor hair of them. Archer Merchant for 5, Culture Casino Cash drops in and says, Iger may be thinking of his legacy, but when all is said and done, what if Hollywood turns around soon and he realizes he was one of the destroyers of Hollywood? Well, he was. Look, the idea of making up for bad by refilming it 1,000 times, that's kind of a Disney invention. You know, and misusing the words plus up, that's a different conversation. But when you plus something up, it means it was already good in the first place. And all you're doing is adding the little flourishes and blots. Sorry, little Harry Potter joke for you. Oh, by the way, Voldemort may be a woman. Am I the only one that saw that? It was pretty wild, right? Anyway, but no, I think you're right. I think Iger is the destroyer of worlds, at least when it comes to Hollywood and entertainment. So, Archer, you are correct, and thank you. Jumbie in the house, Jumbie 9. Caveat ties. Look at all these great people. And Heartless Shroom. What's going on? What's going on? Voldemort is a woman now? Snore. Hey, that again, rumored information this morning that was a possibility. Georgia Peach is like, oh no. Yeah. Yeah, they're really properly destroying Harry Potter. Warner Brothers, I promise you, does not know what they do. And if anybody were arguing that Zaslav was right wing, boy, are you wrong. Okay, so Tobak, thank you. All right, so our friend Tobak dropped some important information. Pinochet was in Comics Stream the same day as he had his procedure. Oh, so he was in there on Thursday. Okay. It went from triple bypass to quintuple bypass while on the operating table. He is recovering, but he is exhausted. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Wow. Thank you. All right. Well, still, prayers up for Pinochet, my friends. We need him back at 100%, or even better now with a working ticker. But that means he actually had a Widowmaker potential as well. You don't want to clog all 4 directions, folks. That's bad. Oh, bueno. All right. Wait, Voldemort is a woman? That is not going to land well. No. But to be fair, women being villains, that's equal. And actual villains. I mean, not celebrated villains like Maleficent. I do not know what's wrong with the left. I really don't. I really don't. Umbridge is a better villain than Voldemort. Are they going to leave her as is? I have no idea. Maybe that's a dude. I don't know. Umbridge is a man. Keir Starmer. Think about it. Picture in your mind's eye. Keir Starmer is Dolores Umbridge in Harry Potter. Yeah, no, I opted out of Thursday for household responsibilities. So there's that. Georgia Peach. Yeah, I share your sentiments. I do, dear. Yeah, I won't be watching Harry Pothead anyway. So, because that's kind of what it is now. D-Bud Martin shares some sadness. My father died 38 years ago, yesterday, from a widowmaker. Hopefully, Pinochet will be with us for a long time yet. Yes. Yes. Yeah, the ascending archery blockage is the widowmaker, and it is not for, well, something that all men, you should check your heart out once in a while, guys. I'm just saying, you want to stick around for a bit. And Penny's going to go load the dishwasher. All right. Wow, we have a great show this morning. You guys are on fire. I want to say thank you to Archer Merchant, Pilgrim Media, Spirian, Last Call with Troy Pacelli, and Lightning Sketch Productions, and of course Ruby Hugh for being supporters of the show so far. You guys are all crazy. Why? How do the French take a word and make it sound like a curse? Incredible. Yeah. Crazy consonant usage. Dean's in the house. What's going on, Dean? Dean for 5 Culture Cash says, point of order, Mr. Speaker. The three the three strongest militaries in NATO, not the U.S., are Poland. Yes, by the way, they just went to the light side of the force. That's right. Estonia and France. Germany has fallen behind. They did, because they were supposed to be the economic engine of the EU, and they killed the engine because they decided to go super green, and they bought into a lot of myth and legend. And well, basically, you're deciding to handicap yourself when you do that in the extreme. Energy is not easy to produce without fossil fuels, guys, which is a lie. There's no such thing as fossil fuels. That's not what it is. It's not what oil is. It's not what shale is. There's no fossils. It's not liquid ground up dinosaurs. Don't let people tell you that lie. Don't even think about it. Anyway, natural product of the earth. Yeah. I'm just saying. Ms. Pitcoff faces culture speaking French. Yikes. Yeah. Watch out. I will make it sound as hideous as it is. Anyway, so thank you, Dean. You're right, though. You're right. Germany was a power. Not anymore. No mas. They could get back there really fast. That's the great thing about the German people. But they're going to have to get rid of all their invaders, too. Why is it that any country that's invaded by the third world becomes the third world? I'm just curious. Do you guys know? I mean, there's got to be something in that secret sauce. Is it because they're not civil? Because they are trying to set themselves back 1,600 years or 1,800 years, like they may be doing in London by allowing you to marry your first cousin? Or are they trying to create a bunch of more Ilhan Omars? You got to ask yourself, what's the motivation there? But Lightning Sketch asks us something different, or says something different. Woke is a forest fire. That's very true. Once let out of control, it destroys all in its path, but soon stops for a rebirth. I hope you're so right, my friend. Your optimism is keeping hope alive. So I just want to say thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you very much. Speaking of thank you very much, I wanted to put the heart emojis on your super duper chats. You are the best around. Dragon Queen, a member for 2 months so far, 3 months, excuse me, says officially getting a HI lawyer year sucks. I'm so sorry. Hug to you, dear, and keep up your work. I was trying to think of a proper name for your assistant. I still haven't come up with one, but when I do, I'll let you know. And hugs to you, dear. And Cyrano 2960 says, Cyrano Patrol, BYL. Sound French when I drink too much. There you go. Just as pretentious as well. There you go, Cyrano. That's funny because again, and that kind of makes me reminisce on how I first reacted to your name, Cyrano de Bergerac. So that makes more sense now, Cyrano. Thank you for that. Member for 18 months, and the lovely Juliet sends £1 sterling, proper money. But unfortunately, under the thumb of a authoritarian weakling known as Herr Starmer. I should try German. Was ist los, meinen Freunden? Wie geht's? Rambam 3000. You wanna do German? We can do German. You guys are the best. I'm so happy. I am so happy. Those Polish jokes no longer apply. They do not. The leader of Poland is amazing. Amazing. So. German leaders listen to Greta Thunberg? Nein? Okay. Sorry. Goodness. Ground up dinosaurs. Yes, it's not dinosaur juice. But CC, we ran out of oil like 50 years ago. Alex Piles, we did not. We have ample. We have tons. Canada alone could power the world for 200 years. And that's just what we can get to, or what we've discovered so far. So, which is really weird. Let's see, what do we got? We got love. Love is what we got. I'm sure some of you were freaking out about the German. So, yep, globalist policies, 100%. Davina, that's exactly what I've been saying for a while. Germany was just so very productive. And again, as somebody who is a descendant of all things, Europe, let's be fair. I'm proud of my European heritage, whether it hail from Germany or England or Norway or Sweden, and all the other places. Because once we got to America, we intermingled with lots of people. I am the Heinz 57 of genealogy. It's wild stuff. Speaking of wild stuff, Zen Wookiee's in the house, and so is Ram Bam 3000. Trying to get in here with a little. I quote Sir Arthur C. Clarke: "If we run out of resources, we will be like a caveman freezing to death on top of the world's biggest seam of coal. The solar system contains an unguessable dollar amount of resources, and that is very true. And let's go mine them. We should be mining comets right now. How come we're not? You know, what's going on, Space Cowboy? Thank you for that. And that extraordinary gift of 20 pounds sterling. That's proper money. And it's coming from a country that is under authoritarian rule. You guys really, you need to get rid of the government you have now, especially the mayor of London. Sadiq Khan is poison to your society. I mean, Keir Starmer and the party that you put in power, they didn't do what they said. And that's because they're globalists. They're liars. We hate here in the States. We need to stop believing the liars. We need to expose the liars and put them in jail for lying in the first place. Look, and it's not just Democrats, folks. Republicans are lying their faces off too. Corey Mills is a POS, a globalist in disguise, and somebody who seems to be living on stolen valor. He was none of the things. He wasn't a sniper. He wasn't a special forces person he described. He was an ambulance driver in the military, and that's fine. We need those. But overstating your level of service is, well, disgusting. And I'm telling you right now, when Corey Mills is exposed for what he is, big problems. He's one of 4 reasons why we still have Ilhan Omar in government. Well, or at least with any influence in government. I can't wait for the day she goes to jail and then on a slow boat to, I don't know, wherever she's from. But it is what it is. Our good friend, Pilgrim Media, I have a small megalodon tooth, 6 inches. Oh, wow. That's cool as heck. I like dinosaur pieces, but they don't have oil. Just so you know, that's not where oil comes from. Okay? Okay? That's not the soup. Might be mixed in the soup, but it's not the soup. Oh my goodness, you guys are great. I believe that Ms. Pitt Cafe is fluent in French. She probably could have Frenched my ears off last time when we were in Vegas. That sounded wrong. She probably could have spoken French and melted my ears off. There, that's better. I don't think so. Es geht sehr gut, mein Freund. Yeah, well, I'm glad things are going well. Now do finish. Wow. I wish I could call one of my grandmas right now. I wish she were still with us. It's weird. Languages were just thrown around in my family, but that one was something that yeah. Uvia, I there's no way I can do the second word. Paiva, Pieva. I can't do it. I'm sorry, D-Bud. I'm sorry. I wish I could call my grandma. Wish she were with us. Cyrano 2960 is saying, man, those Schnitzel Grubers will wear you out. Schnitzel Grubers. Yeah, anything you throw an umlaut in there, that's always super fun. I got to ask a question, Canadians. Here in the States, a lot of the YouTube content creators from your neck of the woods in Canada, in Saskatchewan, Alberta, in the provinces that are more aligned with the real Western world, with the civilized world, are telling us that you guys are ready to break away from Canadian rule and either go off on your own, which you'll be recognized by the U.S., which will be a good thing, unlike the Canadians recognizing terrorists. Yeah, I said it. Wouldn't you want to be one of the states? I mean, you guys are pretty cool. You got a lot of resources we can certainly help you exploit. We aren't going to give you all this socialism that you want, like with all those programs up there, but are a lot of those creators right that you're leaning towards the US or at least independence? Somebody let me know because I want to talk to somebody. There's this little sunshine guy. I forget his name. Something sunshine, Mr. Sunshine guy or whatnot. Anyway, I like listening to him. He's a lot of fun. He gives me some great political clips from Canada. Um, but you guys are basically falling into communism if you don't make a different choice. So is that your choice? Are you going to let just Ottawa decide to become an island? What's going to happen? Somebody give me some like uh, like an idea because I want to know. Caradwen is English, Scot, French, and native here. Yeah, there you go. What's going on in the clean world? Well, I guess that's kind of the question. The Glankener, what's going on? It says the Germans closed all their nuclear stations because something happened in Japan. Total morons and not even a real language. They stole it from the Dutch, just like New Amsterdam. There you go. Yeah, there's a lot of dumb decisions by people. Neo-Marxist, globalists, authoritarian buttheads. I said butthead. Ruby Hoove for $5 says Hoove and I are running errands. Oh, okay. See you all on the flip side. All right, be safe, and we love you. Just stay safe out there. I'm trying to find out. Petrified trees. You want pate? Jumbie 9? Oh. CC wishes his grandmas were still around. I heard that. Yeah. Man, food. Oh, food. Real food. Hey, Zen Wookie. Zen Wookie says, yes, we have stupidity on both sides of the aisle in politics. True. We have to sift through the muck or bologna sausage. There it is. There it is. Word of the day. Ding, ding, ding. Thank you for that. Yeah. Bologna sausage. Indeed. I just, honestly, I really just want, I want to know who I should be listening to out of Canada. I really do. My maternal grandma was French. Uh, grandpa, excuse me, was French. He did not consider Quebecer French. Weatherman! Hey, Weatherman. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Istafobos for $2 over on the Green Machine says, you cannot deport or strip a natural-born U.S. citizen, but Ilhan Omar is a naturalized citizen, and there is a law that allows for denaturalization and subsequent deportation. Very true. Very true. Poutine. Oh, you guys. Oh, stop with the food. I'm already hungry. I got Midnight's Edge in the morning coming up. So do you, because you're going to be automatically redirected there. But yeah. Yeah. I'm going to take a couple of moments to say that my subscription numbers were closing in on 41,000, but now are going down. I wonder what YouTube is doing to me right now. I'm getting tired of it, guys. It's hard doing this. I mean, honestly, it's easy to talk into a microphone, so don't misunderstand what I'm saying. It's just you get frustrated doing this after a bit. And that's all because of politics. I'm being squished. And you guys are keeping this channel and me and everything else alive. Your favorite content creators need you to watch their stuff every day. They need you to hit a like. They need you to interact. They need you to chat. Everything you're doing on the live chat is perfect. If you're a lurker, chat anyway. Say hi at least, because you got great people out there, great creators that are going to be cut off completely and have been being cut off completely since August 10th, just so you know. And it's not even just the smaller channels like mine under 50,000. It's channels that have millions of viewers. Bellier News, Red Letter Media, even that Linus Tech Tips, whatever he is, that guy. They're all talking about it, and they're talking about it for a reason. And I know it's not fun to listen to us complain about stuff, but it's hitting everybody. And I want to say thank you for being here. Very much. Thank you for being here. Like I said, Midnight's Edge in the Morning is coming up next. The redirect is set here. Miss Pick Cafe will take care of it over on the Green Machine. And yeah. Who's going to prison? Crazy White Boy can lurk. You guys can lurk. Just say something. Say, hello. In fact, just tell me where you're from. I don't know where half of you are from. Mr. Tickle Truck says, invade us, please. Yeah, I would love to. I got friends in Canada. It'd be fun. Calgary, Alberta is Texas North. See, that's what I figured. Alberta, Saskatchewan. I would love to have the Yukon just tossed in that province. I guess that's a territory, right? It would be great. Like just a big stretch of like America just goes whoop, right up the left coast. It'd be a good time. I'd have a lot of fun. At least I think so. I don't know about the rest of you. But we need some Canadian spirit. South Dakota's awesome. Danish Patriot is from Denmark. Awesome. See, we got the Green Machine chatting with us now. Thank you for that, Danish Patriot. Look at this. And this is the other thing. We reach her all around the world, but unfortunately, because we have all these time zones, we don't have the same time. So sometimes I don't see my friends and the people that are part of this channel that are in Japan. I barely see my Australian friends. It's a real problem. Morgan, thank you. Morgan answers the question. I think the Alberta wants to just not look... just do not look at Alberta's subreddit. They hate the U.S. and are embarrassed for being mentioned in Trump's speech. That's weird. See, I'm getting the exact different news from a lot of different locations. Oh, that's right. Yeah, just give a shout. Hey, if you miss your grandma's cooking. I do. Every single day. Michael Steele's here today. Short answer, yes. Alberta and Saskatchewan have a growing movement to leave Canada. It has to do with a long history of being ignored. Well, of course, you guys send in billions of dollars. I mean, especially Alberta. You guys are like the economy of Canada, and Ottawa spends your money. It's insane. You don't get anywhere near what you put into it. You guys are being led by a communist government. It gets worse as you get closer to the ground level. And as they eliminate your middle class, which they are handily doing at the moment, you're going to be worse and worse off. So this makes perfect sense. So you are definitely the ATM for Quebec. Quebec is just evil. Buy Aussie beef and roux. Yeah, as long as you don't pump it full of chemicals or anything from a pharmaceutical company, maybe we can. That's the other problem. Quebec isn't French. It's like redneck French. Quebecers! Oh man, all the newfies I've ever met are crazy people. So, yeah, wild stuff. Look at you guys. You're on fire. 5 minutes back. I'm still playing catch up. This is amazing things. Let's see. Holy cow, Cyrano dropped 5 Culture Casino memberships. That means Daniel Keith, Parrot Head, Potemkin Villager, and Alifant. Alifant, that's a great name. All got gifty memberships, and so did Cyber Zombie. I love those names. You guys have great names. The Green Machine is alive, and Mr. DeMarc is out there with 100%. YouTube lowered their browser traffic, I think, because of ad blocker on the app. There's been no change. Not true. If you look at the viewership that's counted through television, it dropped through the floor as of August 10th. So, for whatever reason, all those TV viewers that they were, yelling positively about because they'd taken over TV to the tune of 12.5% of viewership, that all of a sudden dropped for everybody, not just me. So something is going on. They definitely changed the logarithm. Jumby9 says, we reach around. Yes, we do. The entire world. I love all my Canadians, you guys. So awesome. Reddit is a leftist cesspool. This is true. So not surprised they hate the US. Also true. I have a feeling there's some billionaires that are going to get some unusual probing here in the future, let's say. JPS in the house with one of the greatest avatars ever. Morning Hayes is here. Morning Hayes. All right, we gotta wrap it, guys, because I need a few minutes before we go to Midnight's Edge in the morning. You need to get ready. Fight. But yeah, a little video game reference there. But I just want to say this has been a lot of fun. You guys really do make Monday, Wednesday, and Friday with the extended time just a super blast. Don't forget, on Tuesdays, while we don't have bonus time, we do have a bonus stream. So you're going to want to be here with us on Tuesday and Thursday as we have the new podcast. Thank you for your attention to this matter podcast, or the podcast. And then on Thursday, we have the other one, which I always find fun as well. So do me a small favor and follow us all over to Midnight's Edge in the morning, and then get ready for a little more Disney exposure on That Park Place Live tomorrow morning. So on that note, I'll say thank you. I think we're going to go out with a bear. You ready? A little culture bear for you. Be sure to take care of yourself. Take care of others. And until next time, it's Culture Bear time. How dare me not get Dragon Queen's super duper chat for 5 Culture Casino cash. It says, sorry, I was driving. Home insurance. Yeah, you got to fight with home insurance all the time. Dear, I know. They ghosted your contractor Friday? I've had enough of their BS. Hugs for all. Hugs for you, Dragon Queen. Please be safe. Thank you for the additional super chat for clarity. Now, back to bear dancing.